To my partner, the junior fireman. Thank you.
I always wanted to be a fireman.
I know you did. I know you did. You got
our main event here. Hope that we get some red hot fire in the ring. Chance to see just where the unbeaten lightweight prospect Iván Redkach is in his progression. Taking on the Belarus veteran fighter Sergey Gulyakevich, and that is the hurdle he has to overcome. There is Sergey Gulyakevich, who is 41-2 with 17 knockouts, 33 years old, so a long-time pro, an 11-year pro, but this is his first fight in the U.S., his first trip ever to the U.S., and he took this fight on just over 3 weeks' notice. And there is Iván Redkač, 28-year-old, who comes from the Ukraine but lives and fights out of Los Angeles. Made his pro debut in California in 2009, a 4-year pro. Some hype building, many excited for his future. We'll see what the unbeaten southpaw lightweight offers up tonight, as Teddy has the fight plan for our main event, Fog Free.
The explorers Lewis and Clark traveled this river looking for a passageway to the Pacific. Redkach is looking for a way to a title. A boat's not going to get him there. But a southpaw attack, it just might. Let's explore, shall we? Gulyakevich, Redkach. Redkach, as I said, southpaw. Gulyakevich, kind of like the river, up and down that river. Likes to go in and out a little bit. I think you can catch him coming in. You throw the jab, left hand, step back, bang! Throw him right into that right hook. You do that, you discovered America. Well, that was Columbus, or you, maybe it was you. But a win, that would be discovered by Redkach. All right, now how does Gulyakevich sail away with a nice win? Well, it starts with a paddle, right? No, actually with a right hand. Against the southpaw Redkach, as we talked about, Gulyakevich likes to go in and out, keep him a little bit off balance. I think he has a chance to sit in a pocket, actually. There's a mistake that Redkach makes. He likes to throw his favorite combination, jab, straight left hand, and right hook. But when he throws the right hook, there's a little delay and a little load up. He throws it, he loads up, he delays, chance to bang, step right in there with the right hand, bang, or the left hook. 2 is better than 1. If he does that, well, he's off to discover other lands, richer lands, right? You lost?
I'm lost.
We're here.
Nice to see Saul supporting Team USA in the World Cup there, wearing a USA soccer shirt.
Yeah, Saul's a big soccer fan.
Oh, he is.
Actually, an aficionado in soccer. He knows.
Truly is.
He really knows. He told me that Argentina, Germany, the best teams, and the Netherlands, he told me,
Sergey
they have
his instructions
pretty good
in
teams.
English. Please obey my commands, respect the bell, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Dennis, tell that to Ivan. Todo bien? Okay. Todo bien. Espanol. Touch gloves. God bless.
Oh, Stevie Smoger, one of the
Thank you,
great
sir. You're doing a
veterans in
fine
our
job.
business, looking for the translation, and was hoping for a little Espanol, but not the case with Iván Redkach. Look at the pro experience, and this is something we've been noting in this matchup, where Gulyakevich has 237 pro rounds to Redkach's 53.
You ready, Teddy? You ready, Teddy?
Yes, I am ready, Stephen.
You tell me to start?
Yes.
I'll start.
You can start. Thank you,
Ring the
Stephen.
bell.
Appreciate
Many have
that.
called for you to be the commissioner of boxing. I guess here in St. Charles you actually are.
Stephen Smoger, the best. Every time he's involved in a fight, it's usually a good one. And I don't think it's by accident. He knows how to ref. He knows what to do, and maybe more importantly, he knows what not to do. Not to interfere with the action when he shouldn't.
Right away you notice that Gulyakevich has that thin frame. Tries to come with that lead right hand against Redkach.
Gulyakevich, as I suggested in the fight plan, first of all, not a big puncher. In and out guy. He likes to use those legs, go in and out. He's going to be looking for a right hand tonight against the lefty, southpaw. Right hands, as I always say, usually work a little bit, but in and out for Gulyakevich. And that's why I think Redkach has really, I talked about one in the fight plan, but he's got 2 opportunities. Catch him going out, pulling out, or catch him coming in.
Gulyakevich trying to shake that off as he brings it back to the center of the ring.
And again, the stronger, more physical man is the undefeated Redkach. And I think one of the ways he can display that strength advantage is to go downstairs, down to the body, the weaker looking body. I mean, really the thin looking body of Gulyakevich. And don't forget, maybe Gulyakevich didn't have enough time to do a lot of sit-ups. He took this fight on 2 weeks' notice. That's
forward
information.
a little bit with that right hand, does Gulyakevich.
Yeah, that's information that Redkach's people and the fighter Redkach has to use. And he's using it, he's going downstairs.
Boy, Redkach sends a lot with that left hand, the southpaw going right to the body of Gulyakevich.
Yeah, the power
Goes
hand.
again there.
Yeah, the power hand again. The left hand with the southpaw, the backhand where he can turn his body into it. Going downstairs. I think he's trying to set something upstairs though, too, Joe. He's going downstairs, banging, you know, going down, putting a little water in the basement like I like to talk about. And then I think he's going to look to put maybe some bats in the belfry upstairs. You know, fake downstairs after he gets the attention and the respect of Gulyakevich, and then go upstairs. You got to wonder about the conditioning of Gulyakevich. And again, took the fight on short notice. He's being forced to use a lot of energy here, moving in and out, which is his style.
End of one here.
You know, guys, I talked about wasting energy the last round. Well, I think this would be called wasting energy, wouldn't it? He's shadowboxing here. What the heck is Gulyakevich doing? He's throwing punches at an imaginary opponent, not coming close to landing on Redkach. Somebody needs to get in the eye or in the ear of Gulyakevich, calm him down a little bit, obviously, and whisper to him, step in a little bit, get a little closer. Those punches are coming up quite short.
Circling and probing a bit, but wasted energy. It's unbeaten Ivan Redkach. Comes in with a right hand that fell short. Instead that left hook. Sweeping left that time. Now a long range right hand to the body.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Joe, because again, we showed on the replay Gulyakevich throws punches from just way too far away.
Right.
And obviously he doesn't have a sense of distance down yet. And it shows again as he reaches instead of taking a step. He doesn't feel comfortable with that sense of distance, of range. That's why he's coming short and that's why he's reaching. It's all about the feet. And again, the corner needs to tell him, step to get close enough. Don't reach, step.
Don't punch, step, step.
Very strange, you know. Gulyakevich is not, even though he's got more than twice as many fights as Redkach, he hasn't been in this position with this kind of fight. I mean, going 10 rounds. And it's in a fight like this, or actually, he hasn't been in anything near this kind of situation. So, to me, again, very strange. You know, this experience, 43 fights, he's been taking 6- and 4-round fights for the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's like a different phase of his career.
Wow.
After he had the 2009 fight with Humberto Gutierrez, he downshifted a bit, went back home to Eastern Europe, fighting mostly in Latvia.
Push him off,
He's from
push him off,
Belarus.
get out.
And really against mild, lukewarm competition in short-rounded fights.
Well, I mean, that's being kind of nice.
I'm a nice guy.
Lukewarm. I mean,
Yeah,
those combined opponents had about 170 losses. So that's being really, you're a nice fella.
I think him the benefit of the doubt.
Wow, you are. You're being very nice. You're a fireman, a nice fireman.
End of round 2 coming your way here from St. Charles, Missouri, with the undefeated Red.
It's all about the feet. Again, Gulyakevich, trouble with his range, doesn't move his feet. He throws a baseball, and the baseball just goes into the stands. It definitely doesn't go into the catcher's mitt. A problem with the feet, the range finding of Gulyakevich early on here. Again, somebody needs to whisper. Maybe at this point, maybe I'm wrong. Someone needs to yell in the ear of Gulyakevich, you got to move your feet if you're going to land those punches. Again, too far away. Look at this. I mean, really, I'm sure the fans are thinking the same thing I'm thinking. That's a little strange. What is he doing? Is he in the ring? Sometimes we do that in the gym where, you know, we have guys stand off. You know what I mean, Joe? Where we have guys stand off, you know, just kind of sizing each other up, not trying to hit each other, you know, just working on certain technical things, you know, mimicking each other's movements to give you a sense of things that you want to do later on when you're full contact mode. And that almost looks like that's what Gulyakevich is doing, like he's in the gym, you know, sparring and been told don't really hit. Maybe he's got to cut the other guy, so don't hit. Just pull your punches short and go through the motions. And that's what Gulyakevich is doing. He's shadow boxing, he's going through the motions. And I'm shocked that someone in his corner, it really hasn't made him aware of that.
CompuBox sees it this way so far. Redkach 28 of 101. Gulyakevich only 12 connects.
And again, maybe Gulyakevich maybe speaks to our word, both of us, what we're talking about. For 5 years, he's been fighting very strange, only fighting 6 and 4-round fights against less than mediocre opposition. He can do whatever he wants with those kind of guys. It's like sometimes it's not even real competition.
No, we don't break. No.
He hasn't gotten ready, obviously, so far, hasn't shown that he's gotten ready for real competition. And there's catching him going back, as I talked about. Redkach has an opportunity with Gulyakevich, who's very one-dimensional. Well, really two-dimensional, but it turns out to be one-dimensional. He's either coming in or he's going back. So you step with him, you catch him going back, you're ready to punch when he comes in, you can catch him coming in.
No punch, step.
For all the demerits I'm giving Gulyakevich, I must say Redkach isn't really putting the house on fire either.
No, he's not.
Step.
I mean, if there was more to Redkach, maybe there will be more. Maybe he'll warm up now. He's got a prime opportunity in front of him with an opponent that, again, is just not looking ready.
Well, it really gives you that sense of being heavy-handed when he does let go. Fans look forward, I'm sure, to seeing more of that as we come to the end of 3 in our main event.
Well, I talked about you can catch Gulyakevich coming in or going out. Redkach, as you can see, catching him going out. Although the big punch was blocked by Gulyakevich with the right hand. He moved that right glove over to pick up the big punch. But again, very vulnerable is Gulyakevich as he steps away.
And man getting off the stool there in the Mohawk and quickly getting across the ring is the 16-0 Ivan.
Thank you, Ivan.
Redkach, southpaw who fights out of California, made his way back to his troubled homeland of the Ukraine for a week this past April, so he wanted to go there and support his people. Now fighting here in St. Charles, Missouri. 13 knockouts among his 16.
Watch your heads, guys. Break.
Easy to see 3 rounds. Zip for Redkach as as he sends Gulyakevich back against the ropes.
I don't know why Redkach is not concentrating more on the body like it was early on. I mean, it's a thin body, again, an undeveloped body, maybe not an in-shape body. Gulyakevich who took the fight on short notice. I'd be banging it. I'd be, from the train, I'd be telling Redkach, come on, stay downstairs.
No knockdown.
It's not a knockdown.
No, but a weak-looking Gulyakevich just falling to the ground.
Punch, step.
That's not a good sign for Redkach. I don't care if he's winning this fight. But if he's going to be the hot prospect and eventually a contender that his people want him to be, he gets inside with a thin guy like Gulyakevich, has not shown any inclination to really do anything tonight. Redkach is supposed to do that. Let those hands go and punch on the inside. That's what he's supposed to do.
Missed with that big left hand up top.
But what he's supposed to do is shorten those punches up and not be quite that wide with them. And he's doing a little pushing, a little shoving.
You gotta be careful with the elbow.
And he's getting won by that man, who I think one of the best referees in the business, Mr. Smolga. He saw what I saw, a little pushing, a little too much roughhousing by Redkach.
Watch your head, Ivan.
Stop that shove.
The bell's gonna ring, guys.
Hear us often talk about the transnational boxing rankings, independent rankings, free of conflict of promoters or sanctioning bodies. And we want to show you the rankings at 135 pounds, where we're looking at the undefeated Redkach tonight.
Yeah, they're the only rankings we should be using. I'll be quite honest about it, because to me, they're the only authentic ones. They're not attached to relationships with the sanctioning organizations, or that the sanctioning organizations have with promoters, which they quite often do, or with managers. These are based solely on what they should be based on. And right there you see Peter Petrov. Well, they looked at him because of our Boxino tournament. He won the Boxino tournament that we just finished televising a few weeks ago. They took notice of it. They put him, I think appropriately, not in the bottom 10, number 9, but in an appropriate place. And again, transnational rankings, a lot of people say, Teddy, why are you so high on them? Because they use the right gauges, the right merits for ranking their fighters. They do it solely by what they do in the ring, and they don't get paid for it. They don't get any kind of monies. Nobody is making anything out of it the way the other organizations are making money off their rankings. So forget about Ring Magazine. I mean, that's a joke, because that's owned by a promoter. Are you kidding me? That's not a conflict of interest. Forget about the corrupt, and they've been proven corrupt, alphabet organizations. So forget about all them. Put your concentration, put your trust in the one that I put my trust in, transnational rankings.
Right now, I'm not trusting that Sergey Gulyakevich can do much different here against Ivan Redkach. But to your point earlier in the 4th round, you'd like to see Redkach doing even more here.
Don't punch, step.
See Gulyakevich landing 7 or fewer punches in every round. And just to get back to those rankings at 135 pounds, Teddy, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about number 2 versus number 7 that we saw in those transnational rankings at 135 pounds. Terence Crawford and Yuriorkis Gamboa set to fight tomorrow night.
Well, I don't know. If I start saying this now, I'm afraid the smoke might come back, because I've been hot. I've been hot. So I like Terence Crawford. I like him very much. I like him to dominate. He's the bigger guy, the naturally bigger guy, natural lightweight, even a pretty good size, big lightweight. Gamboa, for the most part, been a featherweight, moving up. Gamboa hasn't looked good in his last several fights. Just like Martinez, when I picked Cotto over Martinez. Martinez, to me, hadn't looked good in his last several fights. And for me, there's been a drop-off in the performance of Gamboa. Just doesn't look like the same confident fighter. Looks like a guy with an identity crisis to me. He's not sure if he's an aggressive fighter or if he's a fighter who's on the outside looking to lay traps. He's caught in between. And when you're caught in between, not knowing who you are, well, I'm going to go with the guy who knows who he is and what he is. And that's Terence Crawford to win that fight handily.
Championship fight will be in Omaha. And we just saw a great College World Series on ESPN, won by the Vanderbilt Commodores. There's Redkach coming forward here at the end of round number 5 on Friday Night Fights, presented by the now 20-0 Ryan Kilzeski. Has our foolproof punch of the night, brought to you by Just for Men, our co-feature in the 8th round.
And again, that was a right hand there, but what happened just before that, a little footwork, a little room, little leverage, and then a nice right hand for a punch of the night.
Austin's Ryan Kilzeski, unanimous decision winner earlier. He stayed unbeaten, and Iván Редкach trying to stay unbeaten here in our main event against Sergey Gulyakevich.
This is the first fight for Gulyakevich in the United States. Most of his fights have been in Eastern Europe, and so far his United States debut has been less than sensational. Gulyakevich does have a loss to a southpaw, one of his 2 losses in his career, so he hasn't figured out a way to beat a lefty yet. And he's got about 5 rounds to figure it out.
A little bit of work on the inside that time. Didn't land the short lefty.
Looks like to me Gulyakevich getting a little frustrated there. Side, swinging his head around a little bit. He's been involved. He has a technical decision loss due to a headbutt. And you know what? He's been penalized.
No, behind the head.
He's been penalized, Gulyakevich, for intentional headbutting. And I have a funny feeling we're going to see it here. I think that as he gets frustrated in there, we're going to see the chance that Gulyakevich is going to do something a little dirty with his head inside.
Don't punch. Watch behind the head, Ivan.
Talking about heads, Redkach, last 2 fights he was involved with head clashes. 2 fights ago he was cut over his right eye with a head clash. You can see why. Come forward guy, right in front of you, gets inside. You know, I'm not going to yell at Gulyakevich right now. I mean, he's doing what he's doing, and it's nothing great, obviously, but he's trying. Even though it's not in a real strong way, but he's throwing punches. But Redkach, supposed to be you can see the man who had full time to get ready for this fight, the better conditioned man, the physically stronger man, the undefeated man. He could be doing more on the inside. Really doing more. Joe, he could be finding ways not to get tied up instead of allowing himself to get tied up. He needs to start doing that, Redkach, if he's going to impress me at least.
Bell's gonna ring.
Accepted a clinch again, right there, too easily.
Teddy, did you get the word on the scheduling change? A special Wednesday, July 2nd edition of Friday Night Fights.
Yeah, somebody sent me smoke signals.
They did earlier today.
Yes.
We will be on the air at 9 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday, July 2nd. Hopefully no fog there. We'll be at Foxwoods in Connecticut. The undefeated Mark Davis in an IBF title eliminator, 130 pounds, against Michael Farinas. And Billy Dibb will be in the co-feature. The former titleist Billy Dibb
And 50 Cent is the promoter.
It's Curtis's birthday next week.
It's his birthday. I might rap him a birthday, happy birthday.
That would be something. Are you promising that?
No, I'm not.
Did you? So Curtis Jackson will be with us, as he often is. Once a year, we hang with Curtis for his birthday bash as he promotes Friday Night Fights.
Well, my daughter loves when I rap. She does. So
Many do. I'll guarantee you this, Teddy. If you rap to honor 50 Cent next week, the Twitterverse will even be more explosive than it was earlier tonight over your scoring of the fight in New York.
Right now, explosive. I'm looking for an explosive uppercut from Redkach because, to me, that punch is becoming very available as the pressure gets to Gulyakevich more and more, and Gulyakevich does that. He falls in, he leans in a little bit, a little step back by Redkach, and a good, powerful uppercut could really be there for Redkach. Hey, did you hear that?
What's that?
I've been over in Russia. I trained Povetkin.
Yes.
Won the WBC.
You spent many months training in Russia.
Sure, I trained him for 2.5 years. And I know a couple of Russian words, not too many, but a couple. Steve Smogan, just a minute ago, asked them to break, and then he said to the Russian fighter, placebo, which means thank you.
How about that? Stevie Smoger, who has been the referee for so many international top-level and world championship fights, as we have 2 fighters from Eastern Europe, a fighter originally from the Ukraine, a fighter originally from Belarus.
Saul was my assistant over in Russia. I figure we talked about that.
How did the Russians?
Fight's not scintillating right now.
How did the Russians take to Saul?
Oh no, they loved him. He said placebo a lot when they were filling his glass.
No.
I'm sure he wasn't bashful when it came to the refill of the vodka.
Yeah, placebo. I said enough, Saul, enough.
Right.
All right. Saul's the man. My man.
A little sloppy and choppy in the inside now, and look at Sergey holding on to that right arm of Redkach, and Smoger pulls it away himself rather than asking for the break.
Yeah, Smoger knows how to control a fight. And again, that's why he's a good ref and why we like him. And this could be a fight that could get away from you real quickly.
Don't punch, no.
Less experienced referee. Well, not only less experienced referee, but a referee that doesn't know what to do the way this guy knows what to do, what not to do.
Don't punch, turn around.
Gulyakevich is just grasping at things. ESPN Friday Night Fights is presented by Corona Extra, who invite you to find your beach. And in part by the makers of Dr. Scholl's Active Series with 40% less shock to help keep you going. There hasn't been much shock from Sergey Gulyakevich.
Oh,
that was the shock of the night.
That
was the shock of the night. Somehow in the middle of your conversation with Todd, it was either a fog machine that just went nuts, or there was a fire at your toes. Somebody gave you a hot foot. But we had to get rid of it, Teddy.
And you came to my rescue. Thank you again.
That was the introduction of...
You weren't going to sit by idly and watch me burn up.
I couldn't have that happen. That was the introduction for Ivan Redkach with the fog machine about 10 feet away from you.
Listen to me.
You've gone through every... You're like the U.S. Postal Service when it comes to broadcasting. You've overcome every obstacle there is to overcome throughout your career.
And I work on Sundays. They don't work on Sundays. We deliver the fights. Whether snow or sleet or dim of night shall stop us from our mission. I'm telling you what's going on in that squared circle. And what's not going on in that squared circle, Redkach not impressing me right now.
Now a fight that's just sitting out there for him to take complete advantage of, to apply pressure, and to do that right there. Just come in and get after Sergey.
And then keep your hands free. Don't put your hands behind a man who you know is going to grab you because he's been grabbing you. He's a skinny, thin, just not a physically strong guy, Gulyakevich. Not in top shape, so he's going to grab you. Don't put your hands behind him like Redkach did again. He puts his right hand behind Gulyakevich. Of course he's going to get grabbed. You don't have to put your hands behind him. You don't have to smother yourself. You can get inside. You can take little steps back. You can rotate your shoulders back. You can create ways to punch.
With that left hand, brings
and that's why
there.
See, this is why I'm saying the uppercut should be concentrated on now. Before you smother yourself, before you get in there too close, and now it's too late. Redkach is in too close. But what he should do is use his jab to control Gulyakevich, and then allow Gulyakevich just to fall into an uppercut. Time him with a power, with a left uppercut, which would be the power punch for Redkach to southpaw. Right now, if I'm in the corner of Redkach, I'm going to tell him, look, use your jab to the chest of this guy, stabilize him a little bit, and then set him up for a big shot as he falls in, because he will fall in.
Iván Redkach, who fought here in St. Charles, Missouri in 2013, scored a third-round TKO then. He's had one fight since then, this past January, and now should be coasting towards an easy win against the non-threatening Sergey Gulyakevich. We are underway in round number 9. A reminder that following Friday night fights will be Oberman.
Break.
CompuBox has the punches landed the last 2 rounds. Gulyakevich only 5. Redkach with 31.
Hey, don't punch. Step.
Gulyakevich ties up on the inside purposely again. There's been probably a little too much of that on the back half of this fight. And he comes in and gives him a bear hug one more time. Smoger has given him the warnings.
Break.
Again, you just see Redkach for a prospect. Again, I'd expect a little bit more out of him. I know he's got an awkward guy in front of him. I'm not taking that. And this guy's awkward. He's an octopus right now, and he's sloppy, and he's just trying to survive, and he's grabbing a hold of Redkach, and he's making a mess in that ring. But Redkach has some responsibility for that mess. He's allowing himself to be smothered. There's something he could do before he gets smothered. He could use that jab and look for that punch he looked for, but he missed the uppercut. And he could do it at a distance that makes sense before Gulyakevich gets too close.
Wide sweeping punch that ends up as another way to grasp and hold on.
Break, don't punch. Step. Bell's gonna ring. Bell up.
And that is the end of round number 9 with an updated fight plan live ringside as Teddy.
And look, Redkach really hasn't put my house on fire, really to impress me as a prospect. I know he's got a sloppy guy in front of him, but to me, the thing that he's doing wrong, he's got a guy in Gulyakevich who's swarming, who's coming in, he's falling in, he's smothering, he's getting in there where you have no room to do anything. Redkach is complaining about it. You can see he's looking like he's frustrated, but there's something he could do about it. Gulyakevich is going to look to smother. He's going to look to survive. What I think Redkach has to do, if he's going to be the prospect that I would like him to be at 16-0, he's got to anticipate this. And when he thinks that's coming, use a jab at the chest a little bit. Use a jab, and when he thinks it's coming, don't wait till it comes. Bang! Throw that uppercut at the right time, at the right distance, before he falls in and before you get smothered. So again, keep a little range, use that jab. Don't wait till he gets close. Use that jab, anticipate him coming in, and time him. Bang! And if you do that, maybe I'll be impressed.
I think you're scaring Brian Sachs, the handheld camera guy there, Teddy.
Brian Sachs is a good cameraman. He doesn't get scared.
Break.
And look at how the 10th round starts, Teddy. Look at this. I mean, Sergey with both hands wrapped under and around the back of Redkach.
Break.
And back he goes again to the inside and forcing Smoger to break him. That time almost got clipped by a right hook.
Break.
Trying to free that right hand.
See, again, what I was showing, it takes a little sense of anticipation. You don't wait till the guy's on you. You know he's going to be on you. You know that's his final destination. You know that that's his plan. So throw the punch before he closes the gap. Like right there. And he just missed that time.
Break. Don't hit behind the head.
And once he gets to that inside, you know the result. You can start to see some frustration from the unbeaten Redkach.
And we talk about headbutts, and they banged heads a little bit. I see some redness above the left eye. A little cut, a little redness above the left eye, I think, of Redkach.
That was caused by a clash, according to Steve Smoger, and it was.
And again, look, he's frustrated. You can see he's angry. He's like, ah! You know, I got this guy all over me like this octopus, but he's to blame a little bit, Redkach. The other guy's doing what he has to do to survive. Redkach has to recognize that and make an adjustment if he's going to be a top fighter. If he's going to be a top echelon fighter that's going to move up the boxing ladder. And tonight he hasn't shown me that. Well, there's a little frustration by Redkach. He's pulling ahead. He grabbed the head, behind the head of Gulyakevich to try to hold him in place so he could hit him. And there's a warning there by Mr. Smoger. Again, it's too late. Joe, you said it. Too late. Once the guy's in there and he's all over you like a cheap suit, you know, it's too late to get a tailor. You got to size them up. You got to take those measurements early. Right here, you got to take the measurements. And let the punches go before
Break. Don't. No.
Gulyakevich gets too close.
Break. No. Stay.
Oh, it's a win for Redkach. He goes to 7-0.
It doesn't advance him greatly. He never solved the riddle, as you said. Bit ugly, partially to blame. Gulyakevich was never a threat at all. Redkach is going to move to 17-0, but not much gained.
Todd Grisham back with you here in our Bristol studio, reminding you that we've got a special date in mind next week for Friday Night Fights. It's headed your way on Wednesday night. Mark Davis taking on Michael Ferenas. Also, Billy Dibb on the undercard from Foxwoods Resort and Casino here in Connecticut. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. That'll do it for me. It's time now for our main event decision. Back to Joe and Teddy.
Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas back here in St. Charles, Missouri. 13 years, 13 seasons of Friday Night Fights together, Teddy. And yet we've never seen this. How bad of a night was it for Sergey Gulyakevich? We've never seen a fighter miss and punch himself.
It's a bad night for him.
Kind of sums it up, doesn't it?
And then he gets hit on top of it by Redkach. Tough night.
Oh, right uppercut to his own head. That's Teddy's scorecard. Really no other way to see it.
You know, there it is.
190
that's the way I
for
saw it.
the undefeated
That
Ivor Redkach.
That last little clip that we just showed, I know they're not one of our sponsors, but I can't help it. I mean, that's a perfect spot for, I could have had a V8.
Could have. Let's go to the ring announcer, Dave Davis.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Henry Gary scores the bout 100 to 90. Judge Barbara Madison scores the bout 99 to 91. And Judge Brett Miller scores the bout 98 to 92. All declaring your winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, Ivan El Terrible Redkach.
A couple rounds that slipped the other way there on the scorecard. Redkach now 17-0. Just a awkward, ugly, choppy main event between Gulyakevich and Redkach. That'll do it from St. Charles, Missouri. We're back with you Wednesday, July 2nd for a special edition of Friday Night Fights. For Teddy, Bernardo, and Todd, I'm Joe Tessitore. Enjoy the rest of your night, including Oberman. Fog-free, we promise.